Happy Victory Monday. Welcome to Studio 7. I'm Mercedes.
I'm Matt Bove.
I'm Autumn Lewandowski.
You just went first name. You just did Mercedes there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you just did
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Oh.
I mean, I was kind of vibing. Like, it feels like it's a little bit
Yay.
more. Are we cool with that? Maybe
Yeah.
we should just say, I'm Mercedes, I'm Matt, I'm Autumn. Instead of
could.
saying
There we
our
go.
full names.
We could.
You
I didn't
just-
even notice it.
Save a
Good
few
catch.
seconds.
Right away. I'm Mercedes. I was like, and then it made me feel weird because then I said my full name. So it was like I was trying to like one up you or something, and I don't want to be doing that.
No,
right
go ahead,
away.
one up me. Go ahead.
No, I'm not into that right now.
And then I was so confused when you said Monday. I'm like, really? It's Monday? Probably because I worked yesterday. So
Yeah.
I feel like yesterday is Monday.
You worked yesterday.
I did.
Oh wow! Did you see me out at the Bills game?
I did.
I
see
was
you
there.
out
Yeah, see, I'm out at the stadium, so I don't even know who's back here really. I only know I know Taylor Epps was anchoring because she was
When
the
you
voice.
said back to you,
It was you. Yeah.
it was like
yeah.
me and Taylor.
Yeah, this is the week. This has got to be the least productive week of the year, right? Or
Yeah.
least
The
productive
last
couple
2 weeks.
days.
Quite
Absolutely.
honestly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. The way that the
Yeah.
schedule falls, I mean, what are we doing, right? We're all sitting. we're all
Just
we're-
shut it down.
We're all sitting here
Shut
at
it
work,
down.
but
Oh,
like
gosh.
we're here for a day.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I
yeah.
would imagine most people probably have off what New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, or do most people have off New Year's Eve?
No.
No.
Really?
It's mainly Christmas Eve because you're doing so much cooking, but New Year's Eve, I think everybody's working.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I did not know that. Okay,
But I even think people work on Christmas Eve as well. They probably take off, or maybe they even take off New Year's Eve. But New Year's Eve, I feel, is kind of like a later holiday. You know, you don't start doing something till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Where Christmas Eve, a lot of families get together earlier
Yeah.
or something like that. So then your whole day is kind of dedicated to being the holiday.
Yeah.
I hate New Year's.
Really?
I know, I've heard that.
I hate New Year's.
I've
Okay,
heard you say
explain this again because
It's just depressing to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just always has been. For some reason, I don't like the concept of beginning a new chapter and turning the page. I've just never liked it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just like very one of those things. It is not a day that I look forward to.
Yeah.
I think New Year's Eve is fun, and I think that it can be a really, really good time. But it's certainly not a day that I like circle on
You're
the
starting
calendar
all
or
over
something.
again.
No, tomorrow I'm actually off tomorrow, but I work New Year's Day, so I think it's a little bit backwards. But a lot of my schedule kind of mimics what the Bills are doing. So the Bills are practicing on New Year's Day, so I'll be working. But yeah, like I'll see some friends tomorrow. We'll hang out with some family tomorrow evening. But like I'm not somebody who makes it a point to stay up until midnight or anything like that. Maybe when I was younger,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say
yeah.
that like I'm so old, but maybe when I was younger there was more of a point to. But you know, our daughter's going to go to bed at 8:30, and
Yeah.
I'll probably be asleep about a half an hour later.
So Danielle says, I hate New Year's Eve too.
Danielle, can you
Tell us
explain
why-
why? Yeah, please. I mean, for me, it's just, I don't know. I've just always kind of been like weirdly
Yeah.
sentimental when you get to New Year's. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I don't want to do this all over again.
It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like I'm
no.
always sleeping at midnight. My
don't-
family wakes me up, I yell Happy New Year, and I go lay back down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so
I don't think I've ever
But I love it,
slept
though.
through it.
no.
You've always been awake for it. You always stay up.
I think if I've worked like the morning show several years ago, I may have slept through it,
Uh-huh.
but not in my recent recollection have I slept through New Year's. And Natalia has been up the last few years. too.
Really?
Oh,
And
yeah.
she can push through. She can get there.
Oh yeah. She's ready to party.
All right.
My
well,
whole family's awake.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in bed.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody else, but leading up to that, it's like clockwork, man. 10 o'clock, I'm done.
Well, we've
Yeah.
got some fun news in my personal family. My sister, who has been pregnant feeling like the last entire year, we knew that she was going to have the baby January 3rd.
Okay.
Well, this little baby came early.
Oh, no
and
kidding.
Today is his birthday.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Little Cal Luca was born at midnight.
At
that is-
midnight?
At midnight.
Like, okay.
12:30 is his birthday. yeah.
Okay, so that is so
That is
cool. So
cool.
his birthday will be, what is today's date even? The 30th?
30th,
12:30.
30th, 30th.
December 30th? That is so cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
I've been feeling a little under the weather, so I didn't go to the hospital to see him today.
Yeah.
But
That's
I can't wait to
exciting.
eat him alive.
What was the reasoning for January 3rd? Was that just kind of like a date that made sense?
It
like, with-
was just medically speaking, that's when it was going to happen. But I told my sister, I said, you know, that baby's going to come when that baby wants to come.
Yeah.
Don't go
Right,
making
right, right.
plans. God laughs at him all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, he wanted to be here before the new year. So.
I guess so. He
That's
wanted
exciting.
to be born in 2024 instead of 2025. There was something about the even numbers.
Nah,
that
he should have pushed for 2025 because 2024 was rough.
Well, yeah.
Well,
2025.
25's coming in cold, very cold, and he doesn't like the cold. We know, so
Yeah.
he wanted to be here when it was still warm out.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Victory Monday. A lot of people congratulating your
Yes.
sister. So that's very cool.
Yeah, thank
so-
you guys. Keep the good vibes and prayers coming for her.
Yeah.
Bills won. What did anyone expect? The Jets are a crappy team, so that's a no-brainer. Yeah, Didi. I mean, the Bills did win yesterday, but you never know. It's a weird league, and sometimes
was-
weird
it
things
was
happen. So
Like a slow start, I felt,
It
right?
was- well, they scored a touchdown right when they got the ball, and that was good. And then they never trailed. It just probably took a little bit longer for the floodgates to open than most people anticipated.
Yeah.
But it is still professional sports, right? Like, it's not always you're supposed to win by a bunch of points. Sometimes games are close. So I think it's a good confidence builder. I mean, we're talking about the playoffs. At this point, a week from now, we will know who the Bills are playing in the playoffs, when they are playing, and that's when things really start to get real, which is
So
Any
they
prediction?
always play at home?
it will be at home for sure, and there are 3 teams that they could play.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could
yeah.
play the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, or the Cincinnati Bengals.
What's
Who do
the
we
best
wanna
Yeah.
play?
Yeah. What's the
Of
best?
those 3, I would say the Denver Broncos, but I also don't want to pin myself in a corner and say the Broncos, then they play the Broncos and lose to them. But
Yeah.
of those 3, I would say the Broncos, and the team that's the most terrifying is the Cincinnati Bengals. That is not a team that
Yeah.
I think anybody wants
Yeah,
to play.
we lost them.
Mm,
They've lost to
right?
them in the playoffs in the past. They haven't done well against that team. They've got a really good quarterback, so that would be the team. Any updates on Josh's hands? That's from Cheryl. Good to go. We actually were just talking to Sean McDermott a couple minutes before this started, and he said that Josh Allen will play on Sunday. They have their final regular season game.
Nice.
It is just to keep
Why?
his consecutive start streak alive. That is something that
Gotcha.
apparently he cares about. So they will let him go out on the field,
And then they'll
probably
take him
play
off.
a couple plays, and then they will take him off to make sure that he doesn't get injured. But, they just want to, and I like that. I like the self-awareness of being like, hey, he's got this streak. He cares about it. This is something we want to let him continue to have for the time being, and then we will take him off and make sure that he is okay. But I see Alyssa doing
Yep,
this
she's
with her
wrapping
hands.
us.
So
She's
we're going to
wrapping
take a
us.
quick break, and we'll be right back.
So did you see Roberts?
No. Rodgers was the only quarterback that didn't toss a touchdown. Well, I don't
Yeah,
really
no.
like Aaron Rodgers. So it's not really. I was going to
I
say.
was telling my husband that the other day.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So I don't really care. Good. Too bad. Too bad.
That is funny. So at the beginning of the season,
Mhm.
when we lost a game, I remember you saying, "Calm down, people.
Uh-huh.
Calm down." Like, what do you make of the season thus far? I mean,
They have greatly exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
Greatly exceeded expectations. They are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I think they've got the 3rd best odds according to Vegas to win the Super Bowl, but that's not any different than it has been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's what can you do when you get to the playoffs?
I
Can you-
just like staying underdogs. Let everybody think that
Yeah.
we can't do it. Don't put us up there.
They
I think
you
a lot of eyes
know?
are on us now, though.
Well, sure, but they thrive in that role. They like to be counted out. They like to be underdogs. That just has kind of been the mindset that they've always had. So I do think that they've kind of liked having the chip on their shoulder this year of everybody counted us out, and they're using that as the motivation. But, now there's no margin for error. That's just the playoffs in general, but it's
Right.
like win or you go home, which is really, really scary when you put in all of this time, all of this effort, and all of a sudden one bad day can end your season. So for the
Yeah.
Bills, now this weekend's game does not matter. This weekend's game is just about like everybody stay healthy. If you win, you lose. It really doesn't matter. So you are 3 wins away from getting to a Super Bowl and 4 wins away from winning the Super Bowl.
Or are you trying to like do some super different things?
Their
like
their
on
main
any of
players,
their-
their main players won't even play because
Yeah.
that's the thing. You don't want to show anybody anything that you've got
Yeah.
planned, and it is a bit of an advantage. Not a bit of an advantage; it's a big advantage because the 3 teams that they could be playing, the Broncos, the Bengals, or the Dolphins, all of those teams have something to play for this weekend. Like they're trying to get into the playoffs, so all of their starters are going to play. So the Bills are going to be more rested than them. The Bills are going to be
Yeah.
healthier than them because if they get any players banged up in this game, the Bills should be pretty healthy, this weekend because they're not going to play a lot. Mark,
And-
Matt, you're looking like you need some sun. This is my friend. Can you bring that up?
Yeah.
This is my friend Mark, one of my very, very good friends. Mark is about to lose a fantasy championship, so that stinks, Mark. I look like I need some sun, and you look like you need a
I
championship
can
because you don't have one, and I have 2, so that stinks for you.
I can give you some of my bronzer. That's
Yeah.
what helps me out.
Yeah, I think it's the white
This time
hoodie
of
on the
year.
black jacket or whatever. Got to
In
keep
the
faith.
background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
the
we gotta
background
keep
on
the
you,
faith.
too.
Gotta keep the faith.
Alyssa, I might need that video clip so I can send that in my fantasy football group message.
That is funny. All right, we're coming back.
Goodness.
All right, welcome back to Studio 7. We really want to talk about New Year's, but you said it's depressing to you. So can we?
Actually, that guy who I was just talking about, Mark Boudreau, the
Yeah.
one who told me that I need some sun, his birthday is always on, well, not always, obviously. His birthday, his birthday is New Year's Day. So, when we were
That's a
younger
fun
and stuff,
birthday.
you would celebrate New Year's Day, and then you would have his birthday, right, as you turned to midnight here. But, for me, I've just never been a huge New Year's guy. I don't know why. It's just never been a holiday that I've very much enjoyed, and don't feel like there's any need to stay up until midnight. But you, if you're watching this, totally should watch until midnight on Channel 7.
right,
Yeah.
right. Autumn, what about you? Any rituals, or traditions?
I've always gotten together with family and friends, and the last several years my husband has played in a hockey league, and it's been really amazing to watch them all grow up from being like these 20-something kids that are playing this bar league hockey to them all getting married and them all having kids. So there's going to be a bunch of us together. I think there's right now, and it could be up higher than this, but 16 adults and 16 kids.
Wow.
And the kids are all like young and
Mhm,
just they're gonna have the time of their lives. But
That's fun.
yeah, so we're gonna do that and have dinner and have a good time with them, and we'll see where midnight takes me. But
Somebody told me the other day, and I thought this was super interesting, that with their kids, they do a not a fake ball drop, but they watch the ball drop in London, and they treat that as their New Year's.
I get that
Because that's
yeah.
basically it. It would be midnight, would be 7 p.m. here, so you can stay up. You can watch the London ball drop at 7 p.m. and then you could go to bed right after that. And I was like, oh, that's clever. So the kids still get to see the ball drop. They get to
Right.
experience that.
Yeah,
they get
yeah,
excited.
yeah.
But then you can go to bed at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
But man, talking about going to bed at 7 o'clock is just like, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Like I ain't got 7 o'clock bedtime in me just yet.
Yeah, no, Natalia, she would lay down and go, I've got too much energy, Mom.
I got too much energy.
Too much
Mom.
energy, she
So,
said.
so I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. Judge me if you will. But last year we played a prank on the twins. And so for New Year's, we were playing games, and it was Gabby's idea. She said, let's make them think they have wine or something in their cups. And we had the girls thinking
Yeah.
that they had wine in their cups, and you should have saw how their personalities changed. Like they imitated what they thought.
Yeah.
And one of them got really loud and obnoxious, and we were just like this. And like 6 months later, we told them that we lied to them. They were so
Oh, so they didn't
mad.
know.
They thought they got something.
They thought they were drunk.
Yeah.
Wow.
For New Year's. And they were like, Gabby, you are so mean.
Yeah.
But their personalities changed, and we were all looking at each other like, you gotta be kidding
So you're
me.
going to do it again?
Gabby says we should do it again this year.
Yeah.
But they're on tour now.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
on tour now, though.
Did you ever see that prank where I think it was a little girl and she became invisible?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
I've seen those.
everybody pretended that she was invisible. She lost her mind.
That would
Yeah.
be torture.
It was
Yeah.
so
For a kid.
sad, like bawling her eyes out, like I'm right here.
Yeah. And
And
then
everyone's like, "Wait, wow, she's really invisible!" Like,
and
it
they
was
like
so
take
sad.
pictures and then like show the phone, and there's nothing in the picture, but they're pictures
That's
from before
torture.
then.
That is
and
torture.
then she sees the photo and goes like, "Oh my gosh, what do you?" I've seen that done a couple times.
That is
So
It is
torture.
sad.
funny. I've also seen on New Year's some people will like move the clock to make people think that it's a different time than it is.
Oh.
So they'll make it when it's 9 o'clock, like
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock. So it makes you think you're even further away from midnight, and you're like, "Oh, I'm never gonna make it," or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I know that this is a big party night for a lot of people, but for us, it's gonna be very, very low key.
Yeah, it's gonna be low key for us too. Sandra says I did the same thing, or I did that to some kids, and it was the same reaction.
Yeah, I bet it was. I
Yeah.
mean, that doesn't
That
surprise
is
me.
really funny.
Yeah.
This is the first time. I mean, this is the first time we've seen each other all since Christmas, right? And
Yeah, yeah,
holidays.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you guys have good holidays?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was really low key. It was great. It was great family, great food. It was really low key.
What was the best food?
Oh, I don't know.
Was
the
it was
the
it
dessert
something
was
you
bomb.
made, or was it something somebody else?
Something somebody else made. A local business made us a homemade cheesecake. Was fabulous.
Dang.
Homemade
cheesecake.
Yes.
How could that be bad?
Yeah, fabulous. Oh, I've had some bad cheesecake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Had some bad
They
cheesecake.
could be bad.
Yeah. Geez, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything was like my mom made some sides. She made
Uh-huh.
her. She made her salad. My dad made his chili.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So it
Your
was.
dad loves that chili.
It's his award-winning chili.
Award-winning
he says.
chili.
It's his award-winning
What
chili.
did you guys do?
We were just with all family
Yeah.
to Christmas Eve is our big day. So we went to my mom's side and I saw all my cousins and extended cousins and all that type of stuff. And then we went to my husband's, I guess just his side in general, because she
Yeah.
had both kind of sides there. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of people. We were able to see like 60 people
Oh,
on,
that's nice.
on Christmas Eve. That's probably why we're all kind of under the weather.
Yeah,
But-
right?
and then we had a
just pass
wedding
it
on
around.
Friday, so we've seen each other for several days in a row.
Cheryl, what was your favorite gift you got for Christmas? Did you have a favorite gift?
I did.
What was it?
James got me a new ring.
Oh, that's
Aw.
Yeah, a
exciting.
new ring. It's getting sized.
Wow.
It's getting fitted. But yeah, I got a new ring.
Wow, that's
that
fancy.
was he went all out.
Yeah,
He
no
went all
kidding.
out. Yeah.
What
I got
about
him a pair of Crocs and no, I'm just-
Yeah. I did. I actually got a new ring and a new phone, so
Oh, wow.
I'm happy
Nice.
about that.
Mhm.
Everything for me was just like, it's about the baby now. It's about the baby now. So,
But you didn't have a favorite gift though.
no, I didn't have a favorite gift. I mean, maybe.
Your Crocs.
My
Hello.
Crocs.
Yes, he
hasn't
sent us a
stopped
picture with his
talking
Crocs.
about
Yeah.
I do like the I do like the Crocs. My wife got me. I thought it was cool. So like when you do my job, obviously you travel a lot. She got me a map that has all of the NFL stadiums on it. It's like made of wood, and you can like put the ones that
Nice.
you've been into. So I've been to
Mhm.
24 of the 30. So it's cool to like kind of see
Yeah.
the progress
oh,
there.
that's nice.
But our daughter's big present was, should I look into buying a ring? Yeah, Alex, they're really expensive. They're very- we got my daughter a kitchen, and
Oh yes, how'd that go?
it was 3.5 hours of assembly.
See?
But
I know what you're saying.
I didn't wait until Christmas Eve, and I'm proud of myself. I did it on Monday instead of on Christmas Eve, so on the 23rd. And I went in the back room. I sat down. I put a football game on. I got a drink, and I just started basically. And I started at 7:30, and I finished at like 11 o'clock. And it was so time consuming, but it was far and away her favorite thing. So that definitely made it worth it.
Oh, that is so
it
cool.
was so cool.
That is so cool. Now Jemiah got a vanity set.
Oh yeah,
3 hours it took her and I to put it
some
together.
assembly required.
No, all
All
assembly required.
All right,
All
we
of
got
it.
to do the break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, that will never
know.
happen again.
Yeah.
Never.
That's, I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yes,
It's a pain
that
in
will
the
never
butt.
happen again.
We this kitchen thing, I'll tell you though.
2.5 hours was our assembly
For what?
for a kid craft dollhouse that was 5 feet tall.
Well,
Oh, that's cool though.
well, that sounds pretty. Ours was
Yeah.
a kid craft kitchen.
Yeah, she had to stand on a step stool to get to the top
That's
level.
yeah.
Like some sort of ridiculous.
So this kid craft thing. that
Oh,
we
your
got,
friend Mark is just clowning you today.
Yeah. What is this? I mean, probably because
It's gonna fall apart.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it might. That's a good point. I'm not necessarily known for my handy skills, to say the least. But no, it will be just fine. It's got a ice maker on it that works. So
Oh,
like you put
what?
you put the cup
You
into
gotta
the
be
door,
kidding me.
and it shoots out plastic ice cubes.
Oh, okay.
And then the stove, the same thing. You put a little pan on the stove, and it sizzles and it lights up, and the flames light up.
oh, she's gonna have a ball.
So you sit there and like it was we did it the right way.
This is her.
Yeah, that's legit.
Oh, that is nice.
And so her favorite thing is horses. So she got a lot of horses, and
Mhm.
she's opening up her gifts on Christmas morning, and she goes, "My heart is so happy with so many horses."
My heart is so happy.
with
heart
so
is
many
so many-
horses.
With
and
so
she
many
she was
horses.
opening all her gifts, and she looked at me and Dom, and she's like, "Mama, Daddy, you don't have your gifts." So she put our gifts in front of us,
That's
Uh-huh.
so sweet.
and she had us start opening our gifts, and she like cheered us along. She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's so awesome! Isn't that a great gift, Mom?"
I would imagine Natalia's age is the absolute perfect Christmas age.
It is.
Like the absolute
wonderful.
perfect age. Because Ellie's, she's not even 2 yet. So like she
Yeah, Wait
understands.
till it. Oh,
She got
it's so
when
great.
we would say, Santa, what does Santa say? She would go, ho, ho. No,
Yeah.
no third ho. Ho, ho. And that's all she would do.
Just
And
say
and
then,
that was the right answer.
yeah, right? And then when
Yeah.
we would wake her up in the we woke her up in the morning, we brought her downstairs, and like Santa came, and she just like waddled over to the tree and started to like point at things. And she's, she doesn't really know a ton yet.
Yeah, yeah,
So she
yeah.
just points and goes,
How long is our break?
open, open.
We
go.
have less
You
than
gotta
a minute.
Go,
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta get my.
Go.
I'll
go.
be right back.
Do your thing. We can kill time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, she would just point at the tree and go, open, open, open. and we would take it out and we would open it. But we strategically made sure that the kitchen was the last thing that we did. So, then after the presents, we brought her to the kitchen, and then all of the presents were kind of like null and void. It didn't matter anymore. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad that we got you all this other stuff. Could have got you a cardboard box. It probably
I'm telling you, at that age, a pot and a pan.
probably would have been
Yeah.
just fine.
Yeah. Now, our older ones pretty much just got the things they needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming back.
All right. Well, people are just gonna see me doing something.
You're about
You're
to be on
good. Yeah,
TV,
you're good.
so it's okay.
Welcome back to Studio 7. So we're talking about, or finishing up our conversation about Christmas. And the older kids just got the necessities.
Sure.
I mean, because they're going to be begging for it anyway.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we
No, I totally
we
get
just
it.
went ahead and got that.
Yeah. Now we hit this weird part of the year. Like, I shouldn't be saying this because every day is a gift and all of these things, but like January, February, and March stink. Those months stink.
They don't.
We can all agree.
I mean,
that
They
these-
don't. I mean,
but
as far
they
as
do-
weather.
Well, I don't even care. I'm just saying, like,
Speaking of weather, it's going to get downright cold. We're back to lake effect snow. It's going to be in the 20s and even less than that past this coming weekend.
wait. So say that.
Enjoy.
So say that again. Like, how fast is this going to happen?
So New Year's Day, we're going. So tomorrow we're in the 40s.
Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Okay.
New Year's
I gotta
Eve.
put-
Expect some spotty showers during ball drop, but around 40 degrees. So
Okay.
not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then New Year's Day, we're dropping through the 30s, and then we'll have kind of like a general light snow, but lake effect for southern tier.
Okay.
And then the lake effect just kind of continues from there because we're in the 20s. And it may be even in the teens the week after that. So
Ugh.
getting even colder. So the
Yeah.
first week of 2025,
Gonna
very
be
cold.
And it's gonna
Coming in
is
cold.
it gonna snow like a ton or just like manage like just whatever?
We'll have to see. I mean, the prolonged events, I mean, you're
Mhm.
probably going to be over a foot of snow no matter
Uh-huh.
what. And
Yeah.
I mean, from Wednesday into Sunday. So
Yeah.
you've got several days of
Yeah.
lake effect snow. And that's even south and north. Sorry, everybody. I'm getting
She's
ready
putting
for
the
the five
microphone
at
on
this
so she can
point.
get
So
ready
I'm
to go on
like,
TV in a couple minutes.
I love
The-
it. I'm glad you explained that. People
Yeah.
are like, what is she
why
doing?
is she just moving around so much?
Well, this weekend felt like a heat wave. Like we walked on
did.
Saturday. We walked around.
Tied
Like,
a
it was-
record.
It was. Oh, did it really?
What day was that? No, that
Saturday.
was Sunday.
Oh, really?
Sunday we tied the record.
Okay. Yeah, Saturday was unbelievable. We walked around on
Saturday
Saturday
was
and we were
nice.
just like going in like our neighborhood, and I think I had shorts and a hoodie on, and there were other people who were running it just like absolutely. So glad I live in Wheatfield. That's a sentence that everybody in Wheatfield should always be saying. So glad I live in Wheatfield. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Who said that? What was it?
Grace.
Grace. Heck
Yeah.
yeah, Grace.
Yeah.
I was in Wheatfield a little bit for Christmas this weekend or
Oh.
this past week
Okay, so go back a little bit. You said the first 3 months. Why are the first 3 months the worst?
because the weather stinks and there's nothing happening. It doesn't seem like it's a. I don't know. Is that mean?
But I just
No, it's not
think-
mean. It's not mean.
They're the worst 3 months of the year, and it's not even close.
See, I don't think they're the worst 3 months.
What is worse?
I don't know, but
I don't even think.
I'm thinking like I don't know.
And I'd make the and I can make the argument. February is worse than January. January, you're just kind of getting your foot in. You're into the new year, like you're just coming off the holidays, whatever, and you expect January to stink. And also, honestly, now that the Bills are pretty good, usually they've played a little bit into January, so it kind of makes the month go by a little bit faster. If they lose before the Super Bowl, right, and their season ends in mid-January, like it has the last couple of years, January kind of comes to an end, whatever. Then you get to February, and there's like nothing going on in February.
February is cold. It's the coldest month.
February's cold.
Well,
It-
there's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is just as bad as New Year's. It's
Is it really?
yeah. It's like, what are you
Man.
doing, right?
Oh man.
But I do, but I like the winter sports. I like kind of going out and doing things.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't like going out in the
If,
cold at
if
all.
you are somebody who likes to ski, to snowboard, to ice skate, to snowshoe, if you're somebody who enjoys outdoor activities, then you probably love these months, and that's probably a sign to me like, oh, you should go out and do more like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wintry things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just for some reason those 3
I
months
saw
always
on
drag.
Instagram, and I'm not going to be able to quote it properly, but essentially they were talking about all these really cold, abnormally cold places, and how they pretty much, as humans, people, hibernate for like 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
They're like, so if you just want to snuggle and do nothing, hey, it's in your DNA. It's what your ancestors did type of thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So don't feel bad about being lazy in
Yeah.
the wintertime.
So before we go then,
Mhm.
I know you're not a big New Year's person, but
Yeah.
what is one thing that we each want to leave in 2024 and not carry?
Oh, that's a very
Into
good question. We
2025.
probably should have done like New Year's resolutions for more of this episode now that I think about it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
That's
I
a good
haven't thought
question.
about anything.
Nothing. That's because Autumn is perfect.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need to do anything different. Ooh, that's a good question. What is something that I want to leave in 2024 and not take 2025?
Yeah. I want to leave not being fully present
That's a great answer.
because I am guilty of not being fully present for
Yeah.
those that matter in my life.
Okay.
So when we're here, I'm fully present. Wherever I am,
Right.
focusing on being
Yeah.
fully present. This year, I've done a horrible job.
That's a very good answer. I would say my answer is, this is a good one. Probably, I like that answer, but I don't want to steal it because that feels like it's just cheating. I want to be a little bit more understanding about things that other people are going through. I feel like at times I'm a bit too judgmental and I come to conclusions a little bit too hastily, and I would like to not be that way. I feel like that is a very introspective thing, but I want to hear both sides of the story and hear somebody out and maybe not jump to the conclusion so soon. So that'll be something that I work on
That's really good.
in
Yeah.
2025.
That's
you-
really
you have
good.
to try to think of where someone else is
Right,
coming from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely try to do that and have to
Empathy.
do more of that.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
For sure. But being present is probably one of the best things that I think you can give yourself and everybody around you into the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. There's Dom walking in, getting ready to do his 5 o'clock sports hit on the Buffalo Bills. He gets to do that today, so I can sit here and talk about my friend losing a fantasy football championship. Right? Exactly. So that's a really good New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I sucked at it this year.
Yeah,
Really bad.
it's okay. That just means you got
Really, really
a
bad.
chance to redeem yourself in 2025.
Yeah. My family might be like, Mom, we want you to just go back to how you were in 2024.
Yeah.
You're a little bit too much on our stuff.
Yeah. All right. We got to say goodbye. We won't be here tomorrow, but for Mercedes, for Autumn, I'm Matt. Have a happy new year. We
Yes.
wish you the
Happy New
best of
Year.
health, happiness, and everything else in 2025. See you guys soon.